Hey everyone, so today I wanted to talk about Next Home programs. So as I was looking at programs within the Columbus, Ohio area, I found something called Next Home programs. See, there's a lot of programs out there for those who are essentially first-time home buyers, which is someone who hasn't had a home for 2 to 3 years, depending on which state you live in. For this Next Home program, however, as you can tell by the name, there is no need to be a first-time home buyer in order to utilize this program. So essentially, this is to my benefit as someone who invests in property to be able to utilize this. And essentially what it allows you to do, it allows you to get a 2.5% down payment basically from this program in order to keep you within the Ohio area. All you have to do is stay in your primary home, which is the home that you select with this program, for at least 5 years. For those of you who don't know, the average refinance is done within 5 to 7 years. So you would be an average person within that state after at least 5 years, which is a benefit to Ohio because you'll work there, you'll pay taxes there, you'll eat there, sleep there, have fun there, and entertain yourself there. And so that 2.5% down that they're giving you, they'll make that back just from the sheer cost of you being there. If you can afford a home, you can afford to do other things within the community. And with that being said, they also have a additional tax to you, which comes in the form of a higher interest rate. So for example, if interest rates are 6.7% right now, the interest rate that I would be given on a single family home, which is fixed and cannot be adjusted, and it can also not be paid down, it would be 7.2%. So from 6.7 to 7.2, that is a 0.5 point increase. And what that tells me is for 2.5% down, a 0.5 point is literally life and death. Like, it is an unbelievable increase in your monthly payment just to get a 2.5% down payment. I'd rather use a VA loan at 0% down and have a 0.5 point less interest rate than to carry almost no equity at a 0.5 point higher interest rate. And so that program didn't seem to have any real benefit to me because of that. And so when I look at these programs, I have to look into them a lot more deeply than others will. Some people just see I get 2.5% down payment that I didn't have to pay for, and they just assume, oh well, the rate is the rate. But essentially, you're going to pay more for that property monthly for sure, because 2.5% is not close, is nowhere close to what you can expect to be paying. In terms of a monthly payment, if you had just put 0% down at a 6.7% interest rate. So another thing that I can do, especially prior to making these videos, is look at what that would have cost me on a $440,000 loan, because that was the home in question, $440,000 versus 2.5% down at 7.2% or 0 down at 6.7%, and what that payment would be. And essentially I am almost 100% sure at 0% down, 6.7%, it would be a lot better than going with this Next Home program. Also, as a member of the VA, you don't have PMI, and with this Next Home program, you also would not have PMI. So the VA loan still looks tremendously better than this offer that I would receive. To cut things short a little bit. There seems to be some traffic ahead, but people seem to be getting through, so I'll go ahead and merge in to this traffic. Yeah, so as I was looking at this home program, this Next Home program, I was looking for things to my benefit. And you know, because there are still people buying even in these bad markets, and this is truly a bad market. And if you can find opportunity, best believe you should take the opportunity. If you can find a way to make money in uncertain times, then you will definitely make money in good times. But you have to be very, very smart. You have to find a deal where others cannot. And I've been looking for deals like no one else. And right now, a family member of mine is actually about to go ahead and get a deal done. And that is shocking to me because, again, I've been looking for deals and I can't find one whatsoever. So what that tells me is that either they're looking a lot harder than me, maybe they're looking at a specific type of property that I'm not looking at. Right now I'm looking at multifamily, or they're just looking in a tax bracket that I'm not looking at, which whether higher or lower, or even if it's auction, right? I'm just not looking in those areas. So maybe I have to adjust my expectations or adjust the type of property that I'm looking at, because duplexes do come with a higher interest rate, and right now might not be the best time to get a duplex, rather than just focus on a single family and get a lower interest rate for the property, because then you don't have to necessarily wait on. Basically, you pay more for a duplex because you're essentially counting on someone else to pay half of your mortgage. And when you have to count on an additional person, that requires a little bit more complexity, and you must pay for that in the form of your interest rate. So if you don't want to pay for that, single family is the way to go. And you know, single family has been good to me. I wanted to kind of diversify a little bit into multifamily. And I think I should have probably moved a little bit quicker when rates were still a little bit better. But, you know, you live and you learn. I was still learning. The real estate market, I didn't know that I could purchase my duplex just a month after closing on this primary residence that I had moved into. I didn't believe that I had the capabilities of doing that because I was supposed to live in my home for at least a year. But knowing that I had one conventional, I actually had more options at my disposal that I was not aware of. And if I had knew that, I would have took advantage of maybe a multifamily property a lot earlier, especially when rates were still at 5% rather than where it is sitting now. So yeah, that was a little crushing to find out, but you know, you live and you learn. Rates will be back down eventually, and I will be able to take advantage of the market eventually. So with that being said, I hope you guys learned something about the Next Home program. I do plan on talking about some other programs here soon. So if you like this video, make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.